Good morning, students. Today I am going to start the topic conservation of forest and wildlife. As we have started the chapter conservation of plants and animals. So the protection, preservation of our natural resources like the water, soil, and protect our wildlife, all these will come under the conservation, right? We see huge biodiversity. The variety of life on the earth is referred to as the biodiversity. Biodiversity means variety of different plants, variety of different animals on this planet Earth is called the biodiversity. Bio means living organisms, diversity means different forms of the living organisms. So in short, we can say the different forms of living organisms on Earth is called biodiversity, right? It plays an important role in the functioning of food chains and food webs. We all are occupying special place in the food chain, and all food chains together form the food web. In lower classes, you have heard the name food chain. Food chain means a chain of organisms in which one eats the other and being eaten by another. That is called the food chains. And different food chains, they are all interconnected with each other. That is called the food web, right? So to maintain these food chains, all food webs, to all the systems of the earth, all ecosystem, conservation is very essential. It helps to maintain the ecological balance of ecosystem. So you should know what is ecosystem, right? Ecological balance of ecosystem means the balance of nature in the ecosystem. What is ecosystem? A system where life is sustaining by the interaction of living and non-living components. In simple terms, we can say ecosystem, it consists of two components. One is living, which we call biotic component, and one is non-living, which is called the abiotic component. That is called ecosystem. For example, we all are living. Ecosystems are various types, like the land. If we are living on the land and all the conditions are maintained in the land, so for sustaining the life, that is called the land ecosystem, right? And you have seen a water body like any sea, lake, ocean. There is a different type of life, like aquatic animals are there, fishes and all, and they are surviving there in that conditions. So that constitute the water ecosystem, right? And in you have seen a forest. In forest, different animals are there, wild animals are there, and they are surviving there. So their life is maintained by the components, by the factors of environment present there. So that constitute the forest ecosystem. Means there are different types of ecosystems, right? Means simply you will define it as the ecosystem is a self-sustaining system of life where biotic and abiotic components interact with each other, right? At present, the human activity is causing large-scale extinction of many species of plant and animals. So yesterday, one student sent me a doubt, the meaning of species. Right? I don't forget her name, his name. Species means group of organisms, right? Group of organisms which are similar to each other in many respects, and they reproduce among each other. They interbreed with each other. Means reproduction occurs within that individuals only. That is called the species. Or in simple terms, you can understand like the different varieties. Common example I will give you, like you have seen if I talk about the plant species. So mango plants you have seen. So different varieties of mangoes are there, like the Shahri mango, Desi mango, this mango. So they constitute the different species of mango, right? Similarly, in animals, if I talk about the animal species, so you have seen the different types of animals, right? And among the animals, different types of the varieties that constitute the species. Like in dogs, different breeds are there: Pomeranian dog, German Shepherd, this, that, the pit bull, and all these constitute the different species of that particular animal, right? So species mean different group of animals in a population which reproduce, which interbreed with each other, right? So this is affecting the functioning of several ecosystems. Means the extinction here is written. If we do not conserve our forest and wildlife, there will be huge loss of this wildlife, means extinction of many species. How? If we cut the forest indiscriminately without any proper need, without any need, so there will be extinction of many species, because we will destroy the habitat of that animals, right? This is affecting the functioning of several ecosystems. Means whole food chains will disturb, whole food webs will disturb. In this way, ecosystem will be affected. The preservation of species and their habitats, means preservation of species means to protect the species and their habitats. Habitat means place of living of organisms, is important for ecosystem to function. If we want to maintain the balance of nature, we have to maintain the ecosystems of the world, right? Yet the pressure to destroy habitat for timber, illegal hunting, and other challenges are making conservation a struggle, right? Means the different industries like the timber, they destroy the forest for the furniture industries. They use the different types of the wood from the forest. In this way, indirectly they will destroy the habitat of the species. Illegal hunting, animals, they are just hunted for the various means. In this way, their skin is used for various purposes. All these are activities, they lead to the destruction, or we can say the extinction of the species as a whole, right? Next is the conserving biodiversity is very important, as a group of organisms has an important role to play in an ecosystem. I discussed with you earlier that food chain consists of different organisms, and every organism in a food chain has its own specific role to play, right? So if means the every individual is important, every organism is important for the ecosystem, proper functioning of the ecosystem. For example, if the deer in a forest are killed, I will start from the simple food chain. Like the simple food chain means, like I'm drawing here the simple food chain. For example, plants, they will occupy the first place. They are called the autotrophs, as they prepare their own food. Then second, they are eaten by the rabbit. Rabbit means a herbivorous animal. Rabbits, they will be eaten by the next, then any carnivore. So many animals are there. So in this way, if all the plants, we cut the trees, all the plants will not be there. Then how rabbit, from where rabbit will get the food, right? If it is hunted for any purpose, then from where carnivores will eat. In this way, automatically all are essential, and we have to preserve, we have to conserve each and every place, right? So here is given example, like if the deer in a forest are killed, the population line and will also decrease automatically, because lion will eat on the deer, and if there is no deer population, then they will die of hunger. So they will not get sufficient food. The population of scavengers means which feed on the dead decaying organic matter, which on the dead bodies of animals and animals. Scavengers like the vultures and all, they will come under this category. The clear-cut difference between the scavengers and decomposers, right? That feed on the remains of dead animals killed by lion and other carnivores. So if they are scavengers, their population will also be affected, right? To prevent this, the government of India is setting up biosphere reserves, national parks, and wildlife sanctuaries. You will study in this chapter all these in detail: biosphere reserve, national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. These are set up by the government to protect and preserve our wildlife, right, in different parts of the country. So here is written brief. Ecosystem. Ecosystem is a natural unit consisting of all plants, animals, microorganisms. I told you earlier that they constitute the biotic. This is called the biotic component, biotic factors in an area functioning together with all the physical factors of the environment, means the abiotic factors. So examples, forest is an example of natural ecosystem. In nature it is occurring, right? While an aquarium, which we just keep in our homes simply, so that will made a type of an artificial ecosystem, right? Because particular aquatic species like fishes are all there, and they are surviving there, they are feeding there, they are living there. So the factors which are within that aquarium, they are responsible for sustaining their life. So that is called this artificial ecosystem, right? Or a field is an artificial ecosystem. In field, like the paddy field, we grow paddy in a particular patch of field, there will be an artificial ecosystem, right? We make them by own. That is called artificial ecosystem. So in simple terms, you will write in your own language that ecosystem is a natural unit which consists of two factors, biotic and abiotic factors, and you all know very clearly biotic and abiotic factors, and their interaction is important for sustaining ecosystem. Species, now I told you earlier, that is, these are simply the groups of organisms which interbreed with each other. A group of organisms that can be interbreed freely. Interbreed means they reproduce among each other, within each other, under natural conditions to produce fertile offsprings. Offsprings are what? Offsprings are the their young ones, right? Next generation, progeny, next generation or their young ones is said to be belong to the name species. So is it clear? Next, so this is all about this conservation of forest and wildlife, and next I will take the biosphere reserve and national parks tomorrow. So I think this this sort of video, it will be helpful to some extent to you. So try to watch this video carefully, because as I am giving this in my own language, simple language, and you can do the reading 2-3 times and note down the important terms also. This will be very beneficial to you, right? And I have to little bit faster because these videos are difficult to send. Long videos are difficult to send, they cannot be shared, so that's why I'm a little bit faster doing here. So try to do reading, very important. Okay, thank you.